Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Kristen Sims. I'm a board member on the Take Note board. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this beautiful day. This side, beautiful. Don't look at that side. We'd like to welcome you to the Take Note Artist Concert Series. And after months and months of discussions and planning, this day is finally here. When we planned this outdoor concert in the high heat of the summer, a fan seemed like the perfect vessel to not only cool you off, but also have a take-home schedule for the year. We were hoping at by this date that we could give you the 2023 dates, but due to a lot of hard work by the board, we are happy to present the whole series through May of 2024. There's everything from classical to jazz to an accordionist, and who knew accordions were back in style? I don't know. And thank you again to Sullivan's at 49th and Penn for providing their paint sticks so that we can provide a fan to you. Let me take a moment to introduce our board and all the people who put this together. I'll expect you to give a wave. We have Gary Walters, our artistic director. Nancy Harden is our treasurer. We have Peter Whitten, Brad Romine, Beverly Marshall, who is on a fabulous vacation right now, and of course, Mark McCurry, who he'll be mad that I'm saying this, but he's the mastermind, this was his brainchild, so here we are today. This series is possible due to monetary gifts that we have already received, but we need everyone's help to continue to make this possible. Some of our board members will be walking around with some buckets, our little bucket brigade for a free will offering. And when you entered, you were given a green form if you'd like to become a donor. And starting next concert in October, we will be printing donors' names in the program. Little housekeeping, if you need a chair, if you did not bring your own, there are some over here. Restrooms are available either door back to down the hall, and somebody should be inside to help you. And speaking of the building, a big thank you to Meridian Street. We are not only here on this beautiful terrace, but the amount of hands that helped set this up, helped promote, and even prayed for no rain. Literally this morning in the service, all helped to make this day happen. Our October performance will be in the church sanctuary with a classical string quintet of musicians from the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. And we hope you'll all join us and bring your friends and family. And now, as you're tired of hearing me speak, I'd like to introduce the Indianapolis Municipal Band, headed up by Dr. John Owen and our own Meridian Street's you're not a doctor. Our own John Marshall. The band is hailed as local musical treasure with a wealth of talent and reputation for delighting audiences. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for being here, and take it away.
At this time, please welcome Dr. John Owen to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you are able, please stand and remove your hats as we pay tribute to our country with the national anthem. Thank you for attending this afternoon's concert. This is the Indianapolis Municipal Band under the direction of John Marshall and John Owen. My name is Jeffrey Payne, and I have the honor of being the announcer for the band. Our first selection is entitled Solid Men to the Front. John Philip Sousa was a great composer, but perhaps an even greater patriot. Sousa was 62 years old at the beginning of World War I, but he volunteered his services to the military and received a commission as a naval officer. He had previously served in the Marine Corps, first as an apprentice musician beginning at 13 years old, and later as a director of the Marine Band from 1880 to 1892. In the Navy, he became music director of the Great Lakes Naval Training Station in Illinois, where he made his pay only $1 per month. Solid Men to the Front was one of 10 marches that Sousa composed in 1918. He intended it to portray the spirit and vigor of men in uniform. Sousa first used the title on a different march, but ultimately paired it with this march. Although lesser known today than many other Sousa marches, it is one of only 6 marches that Sousa actually conducted on recordings with his band. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Solid Men to the Front. Fanfare Prelude on God of Our Fathers. God of Our Fathers is the national hymn of the United States. It was composed in 1876 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. The hymn was composed by Daniel C. Roberts, a Civil War veteran who served with the 84th Ohio Infantry and who was a priest in the Protestant Episcopal Church. The hymn was originally set to a tune called Russian Hymn, but organist George W. Warren composed a new hymn entitled National Hymn. Composer James Cornell created this piece as a concert opener and patriotic tribute and salute in 1983 on a commission from 3 Christian high schools in Chicago. This is Fanfare Prelude on God of Our Fathers. A Leroy Anderson portrait. Leroy Anderson first studied music with his mother, who was a church organist. He received a bachelor's degree in music from Harvard in 1929, where he conducted the Harvard Band as a student. He later received a master's degree in foreign language. He gained his greatest fame as a composer and arranger for the Boston Pops Orchestra under the direction of Arthur Fiedler. Anderson grew up speaking English and Swedish. He became fluent in Danish, Norwegian, Icelandic, German, French, Italian, and Portuguese. He served as a captain in the U.S. Army Intelligence Corps during and after World War II. This arrangement by James Barnes features several of Anderson's most popular tunes, including Serenata, The Syncopated Clock, Blue Tango, and Bugler's Holiday. We hope you enjoy a Leroy Anderson portrait. Someone to Watch Over Me. This piece was composed by George Gershwin with lyrics by his brother Ira Gershwin from the musical OK, produced in 1926. George originally approached this song as an up-tempo jazz tune, but his brother Ira suggested that it might work better as a ballad, and George ultimately agreed. It has been performed by numerous artists since its debut and is a standard as well as a key work in the Great American Songbook. Our artist for this performance is alto saxophonist Jerry Brown. Also, please welcome John Marshall back to the podium. A Bernstein tribute. This piece is a musical bouquet to one of the legends of our time. A Bernstein tribute offers the opportunity to enter the world of Bernstein through some of his most notable compositions. Claire Grenman has captured the spirit of each work in his adaptation, which includes excerpts from West Side Story, on the Town and Candide. This piece was given its premiere performance by the President's own United States Marine Band, conducted by Colonel John Bourgeois in 1991 in Washington, D.C., at a concert for the 100th Continental Congress of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. This is a Bernstein tribute.
Yes.
Summertime is an aria composed in 1934 by George Gershwin for the 1935 opera Porgy and Bess. The lyrics are by Du Bois Hayward, the author of the novel Porgy, on which the opera is based, although the song is co-credited by Ira Gershwin by ASCAP. The song is sung several times throughout the Porgy and Bess. Its lyrics are the first words you hear in Act 1 of the opera, following the communal Wa Du Wah. This song is one of the most covered songs in the history of recorded music, with more than 33,000 covers by groups and solo performers. Our soloist for today is Associate Conductor John Owen on trumpet. Please enjoy Summertime. The Sound of Music. At the time of its release in 1965, The Sound of Music surpassed Gone with the Wind as one of the #1 box office hit of all time. This distinction was finally surpassed by Grease in 1978. The last of the Rodgers and Hammerstein collaborations, the musical is based on the true story of the Von Trapp family. The result is a musical play of uncommon charm, framed with a taste of affection around a narrative that is both warmly amusing and full of meaning. You are likely to recognize the tunes How Can Love Survive, My Favorite Things, So Long, Farewell, Do Re Mi, and Climb Every Mountain. This is The Sound of Music. If we could have our soloists please stand at this time, our soloists. All soloists. America the Beautiful. It was the spacious skies and purple mountain majesties of Pikes Peak in Colorado that inspired Catherine Lee Bates to write the poem America the Beautiful in 1893. It was not intended to be sung, but its meter fit a number of popular tunes at that time. It most closely associated with Samuel Augustus Ward's Materna, originally written for a hymn in 1882. Together, they're one of the country's most popular patriotic songs. Harmon Dragon's arrangement is masterful in capturing the essence and beauty of this great work. Peggy Marshall, who was the Director of Music Ministries here at Meridian Street United Methodist Church for over 17 years, will be our soprano soloist. How about a warm welcome to Peggy? The Stars and Stripes Forever. In his autobiography, Marching Along, Sousa wrote that he composed the march Stars and Stripes Forever on Christmas Day in 1896. He was on an ocean liner when on his way home from a vacation with his wife in Europe, and he had just learned of the recent death of David Blakely, the manager for the Sousa Band. It was first performed at the Willow Grove Park, just outside Philadelphia on May 14, 1897, and it was immediately greeted with enthusiasm. Sousa wrote lyrics to the piece, and they are quite patriotic. In a 1987 act of U.S. Congress, it is the official National March of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure performing for you today, and we thank you for attending today's concert. Please feel free to clap along as we perform the Stars and Stripes Forever to conclude our program. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Indianapolis Municipal Band, under the direction of John Marshall and John Owen. We'd like to thank Meridian Street Methodist Church one more time for today's concert and for the weather holding all for us.